Hey guys, it is John from Watson Baptist Church, and I have bad news and good news. The bad news is that they have extended the stay-at-home and social distancing policy till at least April 30th, which is my birthday, by the way, and art supplies would be a nice gift. But the good news is that it is time for Fun with Crafts. And not just crafts, but today, fun with fruit. And yes, this is a tomato, and I know that the tomato is a fruit. Thank you very much. Actually, botanists call the tomato a fruit, but nutritionists call them vegetables. Either way, I'm a big fan of tomatoes. They really pair well with bacon. Sadly, while this tomato I have here looks pretty delicious, you can see the label right there. I bought it from a grocery store, and we all know that store-bought tomatoes always taste like water. And the best kind of tomatoes that you can eat are homegrown. It is prime planting season here in the South. The only problem is I can't grow anything. I'm terrible at it. My dad, however, he is like the tomato whisperer. I think it was my grandmother who owned a nursery. She taught him all the tricks of the trade, and he grows this prolific tomato garden every year. He knows when to plant, what kind of soil mixture to use. It needs to be a well-drained soil. He fertilizes them, he nurtures them, he puts them in cages. My dad's tomato plants, some of them grow to be over 10 feet tall. And he grows so many tomatoes every year, he can't give enough of them away. And I can't grow anything. All I get to do is when I visit, I get to eat them with bacon. And I can't grow them, but maybe I can paint them. So check this out. By the way, people might be wondering, or not at all, what kind of paint are you using, John? What's your medium here? I am using oil paint, and I'm gonna do what's called the wet on wet technique. It's what Bob Ross uses when he does the fluffy clouds and stuff. The reason I'm doing wet on wet is because I forgot to buy any paint thinner, and I'm too lazy to go all the way back to Walmart, especially during a time of social distancing. Okay, so we've gotten started. You see that? See it? See? That little spot? That's my tomato seed. Look how little that is. Yeah. Okay, so we start with the tomato seed, and we gotta go with the roots. So let's keep going. Here we go, we got the roots. Now we gotta start working. He's sprouting up. Let's do the shoot. Let's do some leaves. Let's keep going. Okay, so we have the shoot and we've got some leaves, and I'm saving room for my fruit, but how about we add some yellow flowers, tomato flowers, and then we will add the fruit. And the good news is, with my painting, unlike trying to grow these, there will be no worms and there will be no green tomatoes. They will only be juicy, delicious red ones. And here we go. It took 5 minutes, which is really more like 3 hours, but Here is my tomato plant. My dad's tomato plants are still a little bit bigger, but it's amazing. You take a little bitty seed and it takes root and it sprouts up out of the ground and it reaches towards the sun, and its green shoot is the lifeline, and it sends those nutrients along the branches. It flowers and then it blooms and produces fruit. And so here, as this painting progressed, I guess we got to see the importance of the root and the shoot and the fruit. You know, Billy Graham actually used those exact same words to explain why spiritual fruit is lacking for many in the church, why a lot of believers are not very productive in serving the Lord. Billy Graham said, no root, no shoot, no fruit. In other words, as Christians, we must be firmly rooted in Christ. He's the one who caused this new life to sprout in us in the first place, and we have to be continually tethered to him too, our shoot. Jesus supplies us and he strengthens us as we grow in him. And the more we stay connected to Jesus, the more we grow in our knowledge of him, the more fruitful our lives will be. A life that is rooted and growing in Christ will produce. Jesus himself summed this up perfectly in John 15:5. He said, I am the vine, and you are the branches. And those who remain in me and I in them will bear much fruit. But apart from me, you can do nothing. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to only bear a little bit of fruit, and I certainly don't want to bear no fruit at all. Instead, I'd like to be like one of my dad's tomato plants. I want to be as fruitful as possible. What about you? Are you firmly rooted in Christ and bearing much fruit in your life? Hey, thank you so much for watching. Hey, you don't think his painting is better than mine, do you?